Trump's call with Tsai Ing-wen is really the first concrete measure that he's taken in foreign policy, although he said a lot of vague things about foreign policy. And it's created a big debate among China specialists. One point of view is that we need China's cooperation for all kinds of big problems, North Korea, Iran, climate, trade, and so on and so forth, and that this will alarm and offend the Chinese so much that it'll impair our strategic cooperation with China on other issues that this category of analysts believes are more important. Another point of view is a kind of don't get your knickers in a twist argument, which is that it isn't really a change in the macro policy toward Taiwan, the so-called One China principle, the communique framework and all that kind of thing. It's just a change in the protocol level or the atmosphere with which we treat a long-time friendly country, a democracy in Asia. And the Chinese they'll get over it, and they're going to deal with other issues on the basis of their own interests, as they have always done. And I think I'm keeping my mind open about this debate for the time being. I have that luxury in academia of waiting to see. And I think it really depends on whether this is the opening volley by Trump in something that's really going to be a major change in the policy, let's say going in the direction of really recognizing Taiwan, for example, as an independent country, which would be a deep challenge to Chinese strategic interests and to the existing framework of U.S. China cooperation, or whether instead it's just, sort of a bone thrown to the American conservative movement and kind of, as I said before, just an adjustment in the sort of vibe of the U.S. China relationship, in which case I think it won't be that consequential in the long run. I think that the people in Taiwan probably, or at least the strategic thinkers in Taiwan, probably would prefer that the framework not be too fundamentally challenged, because if it is, it'll create a lot of tension in the triangle, Beijing, Taipei, Washington triangle, which in the long run I think is not really in the interests of Taiwan. So I think from a Taiwan point of view, an adjustment in the way they're treated by the U.S. would be welcome, but just an adjustment in the treatment and not a change in the fundamental policy.